All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Altcoin Daily. Here at Altcoin Daily, you subscribe for our daily videos on everything going on in the cryptocurrency space. My name's Aaron. Great to have you checking in today. And you heard right. While all these other guys sleep in on Sundays, we are coming at you, doing what we always do, keeping you in the know, keeping you informed, keeping you at the very least in the cryptocurrency conversation. So let's continue to do just that. And like always, I think you're going to find a lot of value in today's video. I think you're going to like it. Let's get into it. I want to start off by taking a quick look at coinmarketcap.com. And I do mean a quick look because all I really want to point out is that we're in very stagnant, right? I mean, the overall market cap is still just over $200 billion. Bitcoin still just under $6,500, and everything else up 1%, up 2%, down 1%, down 2%. I think it helps just to see how stagnant we are to take a look at the 3-month chart for Bitcoin, and you can see for almost 2 months since the very beginning of September, since September 5th. September 5th, Bitcoin was at $6,470, and here we are almost 2 months later, we're in the exact same spot. So if this is where we are, if this is the market, question is Bitcoin at a good buying opportunity right now? And according to Dan Morehead, the CEO of Pantera Capital, it is. In fact, it might even be a buy one, get two for free sale right now. I've heard of buy one, get one. Never buy one, get two. It sounds like a good deal. Let's find out what he means. In a recent interview, the CEO of Pantera Capital, Dan Morehead, spoke about the current scenario of the Bitcoin market, as well as the patterns shown by the cryptocurrency industry. Speaking to crypto trader Rand Neuner, the chief executive officer stated that the current October is very different from last October. So where we are now in October, very different from last year when Bitcoin started to rise and break through the eventual $19,000 barrier. According to Dan Morehead, the world of Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies is a multi-decade concept, with the most important factor being looking out for the future. The Pantera official also stated that investors have to venture into the market with a multi-year approach and should not expect immediate gains. Yes, I agree with that. Basically saying, guys, this is something, we're just getting started with this. And the people who succeed the most are going to be the most patient, looking towards the future. Just hodling, I guess, is key. Anyways, the CEO went on to say that the Bitcoin market is basically a buy one, get two sale right now because of the price drop, which was met with rapturous laughter. According to him, the investor sentiment is basically controlled by the FOMO devil, which forces a lot of people to get into the industry when the prices are high. So, I mean, he's seeing the same stuff we're seeing. Bitcoin hovering around $6,500. He's saying that's basically a steal. Do we have a buy one, get two, or get one sale going on? I mean, that's not exactly how I'd put it. But I do know what he means. Because as I point out all the time, the market has a lot of room to grow. And he's seeing the same stuff we're all seeing. I mean, for most people, they're not seeing it. For most people, this isn't on anybody's radar. But with things like Bakkt, with things like TD Ameritrade and Goldman Sachs and Fidelity, all of these getting ready to launch, you know, I'm sure Dan Morehead is just seeing all this getting put in place and realizing, hey, with all this to come, Bitcoin at $6,500 is a steal. And I'm not trying to incite euphoria or anything. I'm not saying we're only going to go up from here. I don't know what's going to happen in the next couple months, but I do think it's a lot easier for me to see what's going to happen in the next couple of years. And bottom line is we have a lot of room to grow. And just the fact he said Bitcoin's crypto's a multi-decade thing, hey, we could be hodling a long time. That is, if you want the big gains. Anyways, speaking of the future, let's take a look at this. Shangari, the founder and CEO of Lala World, predicts that with Fidelity alone, Bitcoin will settle at around $15,000 by June of next year. So Lala World is a company within the blockchain space, and basically they aim to build a global digital decentralized financial ecosystem. You can look up Lala World if you want, but the reason that this CEO says this, and make no mistake about it, is because Fidelity is big. And I'm talking $7.2 trillion big. I mean, they have more clients. There isn't enough Bitcoin in existence for all their clients to own one, and now they're offering all their clients to invest in Bitcoin. So, $15,000 by June of next year is realistic, right? Very sensible, as this article goes on to say. And even moving forward, even Binance CEO CZ, he's excited about Fidelity. He was recently speculating on Twitter. He posted this. He says, "What happens when a fund like Fidelity allocates a mere 5% of their portfolio to cryptocurrency? Have you calculated how much that is?" And then people answer him, and he says, "Right, that little 5% is more than doubling, almost tripling the entire crypto market cap, and some people are still worried." So, I mean, CZ, I hope you've sought out CZ talking about cryptocurrency. As you know, he's the CEO of Binance Exchange. He's a real leader in the space. Do yourself a favor, follow this guy on Twitter. In fact, let me show you this right now. Do yourself a favor, get to know the players in this space. If you want to follow us on Twitter at altcoinDailyIO. But for me, I like to follow all my favorite projects on Twitter, all the favorite CEOs and founders, and that's really how you get the most information. His Twitter is at CZBinance. And do yourself a favor, seek out an interview or him doing a presentation, because his thoughts on cryptocurrency going forward in the future, they're very revealing. He's a very smart guy. Anyways, let's move on to something that I wanted to talk about. I almost started with this article, but I think it's really valuable. Steve Wozniak, the Apple co-founder and all-around leader in the tech community, he recently gave us his thoughts on cryptocurrency. He talked about how he's getting excited over this new technology, how he sees crypto comparing to the early days of computers, and also cryptocurrency's path to mainstream adoption. So if you want to watch his full speech, I recommend it. His videos at the end of this article. But I'm going to go through this and just give you some of his pertinent thoughts on cryptocurrency. And I think it's really valuable to hear Steve Wozniak talk about this. As you know, I'm not an expert, but Steve Wozniak, he is an expert. And it makes me wonder, what would Steve Jobs think about cryptocurrency? What altcoins do you think Steve Jobs would be into? Let us know in the comments. Anyways, check this out. This guy's a smart guy. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak says Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, and the blockchain movement remind him of the early days of computing. Speaking at the Crypto Invest Summit in LA, hey, hometown, Wozniak called Bitcoin digital gold and expanded on why he is so drawn to blockchain technology. He says, quote, "You can look at Bitcoin as the example, the gold, and it's just like, oh my gosh, no control anywhere. And it really works. People said that about small computers in the early days. This won't be anything. No big company would invest in this. My company, Hewlett-Packard, turned me down 5 times. Bitcoin really got our attention towards what blockchain could be. All the advantages are there, but there's no creator. There's no owner. There's no company involved here. There's no central control, so it caught our attention. And everywhere I go in the world, I run into huge numbers of people that are developing different applications in life. Things that we do in life that will be on blockchain." Wozniak also talked about the early days of personal computing, when huge numbers of businesses scoffed at the new technology, while others saw a new world of infinite possibilities. He says, "It takes me back to the early days of personal computers, where businesses didn't think it's going to be worth anything. And a bunch of us thought, oh my gosh, it will be a different world when we all have computers. These are exciting times." Now, on the subject of mainstream adoption, Wozniak says that the adoption of disruptive and radical new technologies, it takes time. Not every project will succeed. do you actually see the disruption happening? It's happening kind of slowly, but that was true of all internet apps in the early days. Every single blockchain application I hear about, whether it's manufacturing or material sources or history of real estate or voting, every application I hear about is, whoa, this is intriguing. Will this actually work? And eventually it boils out to which ones do work. And we need one bowling pin after another. It may take a while to start because people can't change their ways easily to things they don't understand fully inside. So those are some valuable things from Steve Wozniak's talk. You can watch the whole YouTube video. I'm going to leave a link to all these articles in the description. Yeah, all right. I just have one more thing. This is on the Stellar Lumens. Interstellar builds Lightning Network like Stellar payment channels. So it's basically just like Bitcoin. People are testing out Bitcoin's Lightning Network. Stellar is going through kind of the same thing. So if you're bullish on Stellar, then you're going to like this article. And if anybody's even still with me, if anybody's even still listening and you're into Stellar, how about you comment in the description little rocket emojis? That way I'll know. Anyway, so we'll see the tweet right here. We're excited to release Starlight, a demo implementation of payment channels on Stellar and a step towards a Lightning-compatible payment channel network. So how Starlight works. A typical payment on the Stellar blockchain needs to be broadcast to the entire network and must wait for a consensus before being confirmed. The sender is charged a fee for the transfer. That was before. Now, a Starlight payment channel, on the other hand, opens a two-way link between any two parties that wish to transact between themselves. The network is used to lock up some funds to enable the transactions between the two parties. These payments are instant, private, and free. Yes, I like that. So, current and future functionality. Starlight payment channels are like the ones implemented in the Lightning Network for Bitcoin. The firm plans to enable multi-hop payments across the payment channels and build compatibility with other payment channel networks like Lightning and Interledger. With this release, Stellar will be able to improve the throughput of the blockchain to handle a large number of transactions simultaneously, though the post did not specify the exact number. So, just, this isn't going to be ready to go overnight. There are going to be some bugs, but right now they're testing Starlight out on the Stellar network. So exciting stuff, right? Anyways, that's it for me today. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are going to have one hell of a Monday tomorrow. See you tomorrow.